We got a nasty cast.
I do. So I want to formulate this question. Since we on the subject of family, it's originally about friends though. But if you feel that you want to change it to fit your family, feel free to do that, okay?
Okay.
So if you could genuinely experience your relationship for one day from a friend's perspective, partner perspective, or family member's perspective, what do you anticipate would be the most surprising or challenging aspect you would encounter about yourself or the dynamic that y'all share?
That's a tough one.
It's
a really good question.
I think I've recently tackled this by myself. I'd recognize no longer surprising. Would have been surprising about a month ago, but or two, but how difficult I am to talk to. Where if you come off as stupid, I'm gonna come off as, I guess, angry. I can't really think of a very. I'm gonna become. I'm very rude. I didn't. Even in the moments when I thought I was being nice, the way I said things would still come off as rude, bad, mean. It was just an ugly experience, and I'm glad I was able to recognize that and start working on it. I don't know if I fully fixed it because I haven't asked the folks who typically called me out on it if they've been able to recognize it, but they haven't complained about it. So I'd like to think I'm progressing. But yeah, just I say really ugly things sometimes, or really I say okay things in a really ugly way.
Do you have an answer, Ace?
You go first.
I don't know what mine is.
You got one, Ernie?
Can you repeat the question? Yeah. I know a little bit of it. I just don't know if you want something like good to reflect on or bad.
It's
whatever.
The world.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that I'm not gonna do family because family don't know me how friends know me. But if I had to pick something that my friends would say about me, is how much of a, like, I have so much sympathy towards people, even if like I don't agree with any way they live their lifestyle. Like, I don't care what you got going on in life. I don't care if we disagree on a million things. I still have so much sympathy and love for other people, even though I talk shit about those people. like for example, oh, that motherfucker believe in this, that, and the third. But if I was to meet a person like that, I'm so sympathetic towards them still. Mm-hmm. That's just how I am. And I feel like my friends would definitely say that. Because I'm a bitch. I say what I want, like, that ass. So the fact that I can still pull that off is, like, I feel like that's something they'll say. Yeah.
Still ain't got what's easy?
I think if I were to look at myself from other people's perspectives, I would probably find that I'm a lot more difficult to deal with than I thought. I feel like I have two extremes of either extremely detached or extremely obnoxious. And I lean on detached so I don't be obnoxious. And then so I don't know. That's probably a bit extreme, but I think I have those extremes often. And I think that could be annoying to deal with.
Coming from a friend, you definitely lean on the standoffish, and I would love more of the obnoxious.
Can I share with y'all another note in my notes here?
Sure.
Can I just say something about that real quick? Standoffish and obnoxious don't seem like opposite ends of the spectrum for me.
Why not?
Because you can be obnoxious and standoffish. Like, they kind of, like, if you're obnoxious, you're kind of a standoffish person. I don't want to be around you anyway because you're obnoxious.
We may have to look those words up, but
I didn't think they were opposites either. I just thought that they were two different things. But I'd still stand by what I said. Like, the standoffish part of you and the obnoxious differences that I see are more like your standoffish is more of a loner, like that doesn't really talk to anyone, regardless of how cool you are with them. Like low key, I'm kind of hurt that I find out things on the pod instead of right before the pod, or like that kind of thing, you know. But the obnoxiousness is like I don't get that from you enough, and I feel like I've experienced certain parts, like when you're laughing at real life situations,
That's obnoxious.
and I love it. like even when I'm not there laughing with you, like if it wasn't you, it might have been me laughing. Like you just remind me of like me in those situations.
So that's why I think they're opposites. I think standoffish is detached and doesn't really socialize, while obnoxious comments on everything, doesn't really care about how what they say or do affect other people. They just being free, over free and careless and like belligerent a little bit.
I would substitute obnoxious for nonchalant.
But I think that's the detached extreme.
The standoffish one. You think that's what standoffish is more?
I would agree.
And nonchalant, I think that's on that extreme. And then it's the other side of me, which is
Yes, that's.
I just don't be giving a fuck, and so I act like it. And I think y'all have seen that, and I sometimes will exhibit it on the pod because I try to be entertaining. But that's really how I would be if I was just unfiltered and just like was free and didn't really care about people's feelings. Because I'd be talking shit in my head, but it'd be like I might be wrong, so don't say that. But obnoxious me is like you might be wrong, but say that shit. Who cares? Mm-hmm. So, and again, I don't like that guy, so I just try to be the
standoffish.
Keep it to yourself. And
I'm glad you recognize that. I'm glad you recognize that both of those are extremes. But I hope you also recognize that that means you have a lot of room to be able to be both. You can relax.
Heard.
Word. I think the interesting thing that I would see is that I'm not as clear as I feel that I am.
Clear?
I love that answer.
Clear in what way?
Like, I be thinking something is common fucking sense. And I be like, yo, you got to do A, B, and C. Then niggas come back and do C, B, and A. And I be like, bro, you did that wrong. You don't see how? Like, I explained it like, this is A, B, and C. But somewhere along the lines, the communication got crossed. And I assumed that they understood more or read my mind more or could see what I was looking at and come to the same conclusion, you know. So I'm not as clear and concise as I could be.
Interessante. That's an interesting question. I wish I could remember what my question was going to be when you had said something, and I'll let you go before me.
Sorry.
It's all good. I got a million things in here. I remember what it was. I recently realized that I don't like people's uninhibited self. Maybe because I don't like my uninhibited self, but when I see others being uninhibited, I don't like it.
Uninhibited, like just sober or like
Just free. People just doing what they want, when they want, how they want. I don't like that shit.
But
I don't like that shit. Have some couth and respect for society. Like maybe that's me getting older, but no, nigga.
But are they fucked up or not?
Are they fucked up? No.
So like
not inebriated.
A sober person being free is what you're saying that frustrates.
It's not about sobriety. It's just a person who is just being. Yes, their free self.
This is me, and you gotta take it or
like,
leave it. It don't matter.
So what made me realize it is you often get to that point in dating where a person gets really comfortable with you, and then they just
let it all hang out.
Yeah, they get comfortable with you, and they act like it. Right. And I'll be like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
So how do you approach that? Like, do you just like never get comfortable with anyone? Like is that the ideal?
The ideal would be that I would love your uninhibited self, but that's why I say maybe until I can accept mine, I'll never accept others. But yeah, I like people who don't be uninhibited. who are inhibited. Like, rein it in, hold that shit in. Like, let's be normal.
Have some self control.
Yeah, but again, that's a me thing that made me realize how it's affecting my relationships with others. Because I probably make people feel like I give them the ick, or they giving me the ick when they're uninhibited.
What if you're just jealous? That
I'm open to that.
that these people are able to be their free and open self with everyone, but you want to be able to do that with one person, and you know that people don't typically do that unless they're comfortable with you, and you kind of hate that this person is comfortable with not just you, but everyone else.
And I never get to feel that comfort. And I'm giving you that comfort, but I don't feel like I can give you that or be that.
Receive it from you.
I feel like I can't be that comfortable with how comfortable I'm allowing you to be. Maybe. Shit. It's deep. But I don't like that shit. And that's where I'm at on my journey right now. And I'm going to peel back the layers of that onion, but I don't like that shit.
I'm at a point in my life where I've always appreciated that, but now I'm surprised when people can be comfortable. I am surprised when people are that comfortable, just because it hasn't happened in a while. At least for me. Like people, like I just haven't been in a social part of my life right now.
Word.
Are you, why? I guess why?
I have the time and energy, no money. I guess I got the money, but like I'm working on.
I told you it was profound as soon as you said it. I was like, damn.
Fixing
ain't
the
that
car
life?
in my head is so big. Like I cannot be social without a car in Georgia.
That'll do it.
So not having a car has really damped my whole social being. And
That makes sense.
So I just been I've been working on getting that back.
Same.
What did we learn today?